Greetings and salutations! My name's Ollie and here's your loaf of daily bread. Today's loaf comes to us by way of Deepak Chopra, who says the following. According to Vedanta, there are only two indications that a transformation is taking place within you toward a higher consciousness. The first symptom is that you stop worrying. Things don't bother you anymore. You become lighthearted and full of joy. The second symptom is that you encounter more and more meaningful coincidences in your life, more and more synchronicities. And this accelerates to the point where you actually experience the miraculous. The term Vedanta, or sometimes it's called Vedantic Philosophy, is a school of thought that originates in India. And among the works that are attributed to Vedantic philosophy are the Upanishads and the Bhagavad Gita, which are two favorites of mine. So according to this school of thought, according to Vedanta, there are two symptoms that demonstrate spiritual progress. So if you want to know whether you are progressing or whether you are growing as a human being, these would be two indicators that there is a transformation taking place in a positive direction. The first symptom is a decrease in worry, anxiety, irritation, anger. As Deepak Chopra says, things just don't bother you as much anymore. Or in some cases, they don't bother you at all. Things that used to drive you crazy don't even register anymore. And that, my friends, is miraculous in itself. If you're like me and you've spent decades of your life gripped by patterns of conditioning, trapped by knee-jerk emotional reactions, and one day you are freed from these, well, it's quite the experience. So that's symptom number one. You notice a decrease in all these negative emotions like anger and worry and anxiety. They just start to go down. And you might experience them still, but it's going to be far less frequently than before. The second symptom, according to Vedanta, is that you will notice more and more of these meaningful coincidences, what Carl Jung calls synchronicities. And eventually, these things will start ramping up to the point where you actually experience the miraculous. That might be a little bit hyperbolic. Maybe that's just the way Deepak Chopra likes to write. But I will admit that at times it does seem a little bit supernatural. The chance encounters, the phone calls, the discoveries, they just keep coming. And, well, you either chalk it up to coincidence or you start to see a greater pattern in the universe. So anyways, if you're doing the inner work, if you're on the spiritual path, if you're attempting to improve yourself, grow, develop as a human being, these are two indicators that you're probably doing a bang-up job. If you're noticing a decrease in negative emotional reactions like anxiety and worry and suffering in general, and if you're starting to notice all of these strange little coincidences. Of course, these are not the only markers. These are not the only metrics for measuring your progress or for gauging your progress, but they certainly are big ones. I think the biggest one, to be honest with you, is the decrease in suffering. Whether you notice coincidences or not, that's to be seen. But I guarantee you, if you're doing the right kind of work and you're progressing, you will notice a great decrease in suffering. That one I can vouch for. Let me know what you think. Tell me about your experiences in the comments below. I might not respond today, but I will respond eventually, I promise. So don't hesitate. Drop me a line, say hi, and I'll hit you back. Until next time, live well, my friends.